Hi guys, it's Dakota. Hope everybody's doing well. First, let me apologize for no video last week. Just, I, s- I probably had 3 or 4 different interruptions and I couldn't get through it. So I just canked the whole thing and I decided I would do it at some other time. Um, and I just did not feel like doing that one today. I just didn't want to talk about that topic today. So I'm not going to do that topic today. And as you can see also, I am upstairs in my witch room. We're expecting a really bad storm, supposedly, and I just didn't want to get caught in between the house and the cottage carrying all my electronics, my computers and my phone and everything, all my supplies that I was going to need for our little activity that we're going to do at the end of the video today, and then get caught in the rain. And so I just decided to do it upstairs here in my devotion room, which, as you know, I don't really like doing electronical stuff up here, but we're going to make do. I have changed my room around. Well, actually, I was going to say I've changed my room around a little bit. I started to, and it's an absolute nightmare. But we're just going to make it work, and that's just the way it is. So here I am upstairs today. All right, today's topic is chakras. I have had over the past, since the early part of the year, I have had a few people ask me if I would do a video on the chakras. And so I thought about it and I started taking notes. I am a Reiki master teacher and I also teach classes on the chakras. And we also, at my store, I also do for clients chakra aligning and balancing. And for those of you that know about the chakras, let me just say that I don't just lay stones on the clients and walk away from them. I have developed my own way of aligning and cleansing the chakras, which I really like, and balancing them. And I think it's really beneficial. Um, However, we haven't been able to do that this year because of the coronavirus. So, yeah, it's been a trying year. I'm so ready for this to be over. Um, but so I thought today that I would go ahead and do do chakras. But as I started writing down my notes and things, I thought, I'm going to break this up. First of all, we have seven. There are 7 major chakras. I believe that we have more than that, some throughout the body and some outside of the body, um, like within our aura area. Um, and so it's because, our aura does represent energy, and the chakras are energy centers. That's what they are. So there's 7 energy centers, and they're sort of like right in the middle of your body. They're just right in the middle of there. It's nothing you can really see with the naked eye. It's something that you feel. But when I started, taking my little notes and getting everything ready for the chakra video, I realized that there's just not enough time to do all the chakras the way that I want to do it. So what I decided to do, and this is something that I'm going to give you just a brief synopsis of the chakras, not all today. What I'm going to do is this is going to be a series. So there are 7 chakras. I'm going to do 7 videos. Some might be longer than others. Some might be very short. I don't know. I'm going to just play it as they go because this is video number 1. And I'm going to keep the information part of the chakra. I'm going to give you the basics, but I'm not going to go in depth for these videos because it's just that is a video in itself. And I just got done teaching this class with my students, the Witchcraft 101 class, a few months ago. And so I just really don't want to go into all of the history and stuff, which is unlike me because normally I would give you a whole big, history class on it first. But I want to really, I really, I want to really, I really want to uh, talk a little bit about it, and then I want to show you the activity that is something that I have done something that I continue to do when I am working with my own personal chakras, and I think you might enjoy that. All right, so I have my little trusty notes here so that I don't miss anything. All right, so like I said, there are 7 major chakras, and they are energy, I'm going to refer to them as energy centers within the body. And they spin. The word chakra in Sanskrit means um, wheel or disc. And what that means is the chakras spin. Each chakra, each of those 7 chakras spin. They spin at, each one spins at a different speed, and they vibrate at a different level. Each one vibrates at a different level. Each one has a corresponding color as well. Now, some of the books that you read, I've taken, I couldn't even tell you how many classes and courses I've taken besides the Reiki courses that I took to become a teacher. Besides that, I've taken courses and classes on chakras, and I have several books, and I've read several books, and they are each person is going to have their own feeling on this, because this is about energy, so you actually feel it. You feel it. Some people think that they rotate or they spin horizontally, and others think that they spin vertically, like a bicycle tire, or a car tire, like they spin vertically as opposed to horizontally. It's really up, I feel. I have never said this, I've never read a book or gone to a course where anyone has said this is law, this is how it spins. I've never heard that. So I really think it's up to the individual, the person that is doing the work, or that is feeling the sorry if you heard that horn honk. um Horn honk. Um, anyway, I think it's up to the individual, and if you can feel the energies, you can kind of get an idea of how they feel. All right, so they spin, and they spin at different speeds and stuff. All right, so the very first chakra is known as your root chakra. It's called the Muladhara. I'm probably not pronouncing that right. The Muladhara, Muldahara, I believe it is spelled, and it corresponds with earth. Now, doesn't that make sense? Root chakra and earth. And so that's very easy to remember. Because when we do any kind of grounding exercise or any meditation, we usually are saying ground all that energy out into the earth. So the root chakra lies at the base of your spine, at the tailbone area, um, and that is the root. That is the root chakra. So it is, when we think of the word root, that is foundation. That is your foundation. That is where your balance comes from. It is your primal nature. It is it's where you start. We always start when we do an alignment of the chakras. We always start with the root chakra, because if you're not rooted, if you don't have rootedness, then there's no sense in working on the other chakras, because you would be out of line. So yeah, so we start with that root chakra, and the color that corresponds with the root chakra is red. So when that chakra is out of alignment, and what does that mean? Well, what I've been taught is that the spinning can almost get like a wobble to it, or perhaps it slows down. It's not in alignment. Maybe it's off kilter a little bit of the other chakras. They should be aligned, and they should all be spinning in at the rate that they're supposed to spin, and all vibrating at the vibration that they're supposed to vibrate at. So when one is off kilter, a lot of times that can create issues with either the chakra that is above it or below it. And we'll get into that in one of the other videos. And I think I mentioned, so I'm going to do this in a series. I'll talk about it in just a second. All right. So, okay, I'm gonna look at my notes real quick here so I don't forget anything. Okay, so some of the oils that you can use for aromatherapy, and it would be fine if you wanted to, if you can wear oils, make sure that it's an oil that you're not allergic to, that isn't irritating to your skin or whatever. You can use the aromatherapy. You can put it on a little like the little lava stone diffusers. They have them in little pendants now that you can wear, and you just put a couple drops on the diffuser. We sell the lava bracelets at the store, and you can put a few drops of your essential oil on your bracelet, and whenever just that aroma. We also have little pouches, and a lot of times people will just put an oil on a cotton ball. I know it sounds funny, but they'll put it on a cotton ball and stuff that down so that they can just, I've seen them, they go like that, and that smell comes up and helps keep, if we're talking about the root chakra, you would use these oils or one of these oils and just smell that aromatherapy. You can also put it in a diffuser also if you want. So those oils are patchouli, cinnamon, myrrh, and vetiver. Those are the ones that are recommended for the root chakra. And when I think of patchouli, which I really do like for the root chakra, um, patchouli has that earth smell to me. It's very earthy to me. And so I do like to use patchouli for the root chakra. Now, the herbs, and when I'm talking about herbs, I'm not talking about ingesting them. I'm not talking about drinking this as a tea. Some of these you can, but you want to make sure that you've checked with your doctor or that you have done, well, I would do that first, check with your doctor. But regardless, you want to make sure that you have researched very, very, very reputable sites. Don't go on TikTok and see what, so and so has said about a certain herb. You want to make sure that this comes from a very reliable resource before you start ingesting any herbs. Because if you have an allergy, if you are on medication, if you have a certain medical condition, if you any of those things, supplements, ingesting herbs even as a tea can have ill effects for you. So when I'm talking about the herbs here, I'm talking about either putting them in a little pouch to carry, maybe put under your pillow, that sort of thing that you can work with that way. And also, I will show you here in a minute. Also, what I do when I'm working with the chakras and I'm using herbs, the other thing that I do with the herbs. Okay. Also, the other thing that you can do if you just feel like, man, this is my root chakra doesn't feel balanced. Well, we talk about root foods in this case. So your red roots foods. Um, Carrot, which is, I know it's kind of orangey, but it's still in that red category. Beets, um, a radish, sweet potatoes, those things that are rooted in the ground and that you actually have to pull up, and then they're red, so that color again corresponds with the chakra as well. So sometimes just eating something like that, cut up a radish in your salad or something like that, and sometimes that quick little fix can also uh, align that, excuse me, align that chakra. I don't know if you heard that, that was rude. Can also align that chakra. Okay, so, so that's pretty much it with the chakras. Oh, I do want to mention. So what happens when the chakra is out of alignment or not balanced? What does that mean? So it means again that it's kind of cattywampus, as I like to say. It's not quite either spinning at the right speed or it might be kind of wobbly, wobble wah, wobbly. Uh, it's just not right. And so what happens is when that chakra is, we call it when it's closed or not balanced, things that can happen is you can lose your lack of focus. You can become anxious. You can be real nervous. You can you can have low energy. Um, just feel kind of blah, like maybe even depression. When it's overstimulated, like overstimulated, things that could happen then is aggression. You could be very aggression, easy to anger, become kind of narcissistic, egotistical, very selfish, those types of things, controlling, obsessed. Um, those are signs of an overstimulated chakra, root chakra. And so then that needs to get into balance as well. So what I'd like to show you, and one of the ways that we do that is with stones, picking a stone that goes with the chakra. And that's the thing. I don't want to go into all that history with you because it would take me one whole video to do, and I really didn't want to get that into it. But there's certain stones that you can use. And again, the herbs and the aromatherapy and all of those things you can use. But a lot of it is through visualization that we can use, but also through magic. And so what I want to show you as an assistant, so what I want to show you, and I'm going to do it for you. Please pardon the space that I'm going to show you my little thing in, because like I said, I'm up here, things are chaos, because I wanted to take the area that I was doing things in, because I don't like to even do certain things up here magically, because it is my devotional room. And so everything is a mess. So I have one little tiny area, so forgive that. It's not aesthetically pleasing, but we're going to get the work done. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so this is my little table that I'm going to use for to show you how I add some spell work in with my chakras, and in this case we're talking about the root chakra. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is, and of course we're doing candle with herbs, because that's my thing. So I chose red because red is the color of the root chakra. So I'm going to use the red candle. Now, because I don't have my work area, I am going to put this little red cloth down here, paper towel. And what I'm going to do is I have my little trusty candle carver, and what I'm going to write on this particular candle, and I will share this with you, I'm going to bring in, so I'm going to turn the candle and I'm going to be writing into the candle what I want to do, and that is to open the chakra. I want to open up that root chakra. I want to align the root chakra. I want to balance the root chakra. And then I'm going to, from the bottom up, I'm going to, let me rethink that. I take that back. What I'm going to do is, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the middle, and I'm going to release the things. I'm going to release things that don't serve my highest good. So anger, obsession, jealousies, obsessions, that kind of thing. I'm going to release that first, and then I'm going to bring into the candle an open chakra, an aligned root chakra, a balanced root chakra, those types of things. Okay, so I'm going to carve that in, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've carved all in it. From the middle out is things that I want to get rid of. I want to remove a closed chakra or energy. I want to remove the energy that is blocking that chakra or unaligning that chakra. And I wrote all the things that we talked about. And then I'm going to I want to bring in an aligned energy that is the right energy to align that chakra. I want to bring in focus. I want to bring in calm, that kind of thing. Okay, so I'm bringing in. But first I want to release the negativity, and then I'm going to, the last part of the candle will be drawing in. So I have chosen, and you can see all the little candle drippings there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just cleanse the candle. I like to get that wax off of there, and I'm using the tobacco cologne. I call it water, but it's a tobacco cologne. And so all I'm doing, to make sure you get your wick, is I'm just cleansing I'm cleansing the candle, really is what I'm doing. And getting the little wax chips off of it also. And I wanted to do that with tobacco water. I use this a lot. Plus I make my own tobacco water because, as you know, I work with the ancestors. And again, tobacco grows from earth, and so that is part of the root chakra. And now I have the patchouli oil, and it's got a big spout, so I'm just going to use my finger. I don't want to spill it all over the place. And I'm just going to, normally I would really get down and dirty with this and dress my candle with just oil. Okay, I'm just going to dress it with oil, with the patchouli oil. And I really want to get that on. Make sure you get your bottom and also my wick. Now, because I did the whole thing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back, I'm going to put my energy into it halfway, and I'm going to reaffirm, I'm going to re-say in my mind all the things that I want to release, and halfway bringing in all the things that I want to bring in when I do the work. Okay, now this is the, I can go ahead, let me get rid of this now. Okay, this is a little bowl that I'm going to work in. It's a fossil bowl, little fossils. And I chose this bowl. I don't know if you can see, but see the little moon right there? I love it. It's a fossil, but it looks like a, kind of looks like a waning moon. All right, so what I'm going to do is I want to set my candle first, so I'm going to melt my wax. You guys have seen this 100 times. I'm going to put the wax down here into the bottom of the bowl. I'm just melting wax. I'm going to put a little bit extra in here because of what I'm doing. I really want to make sure that my candle sticks. Normally I would shake that out, but I've got all my carpet and stuff in here and I don't want to get that on there. I'm just going to set this aside. All right, so what I've done is I have an oak tree out in the front yard. I call him Ancestor Oak. He's a big, huge tree. And I dug up some dirt today, right before, as it was just starting to sprinkle. And I'm going to use the dirt around the base of my candle to represent the root chakra. All right. And so I'm putting quite a bit on there. All right. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add dandelion, which was one of the herbs. And I'm not going to put this in my mortar pestle. There's no reason to, because I'm not actually going to be burning the herbs. I'm just going to be sprinkling it around my candle. I'm also going to put chicory root, as you know, because it is a road opener. So I wouldn't need to open any road or any doors if the root chakra was open. If it was balanced and aligned, I wouldn't need a road opener because it would already be done. But I feel like, if it's unbalanced, something needs to be removed. So I'm just adding a little bit of road opener on there. I cut a stem off of my sage. It's almost all gone outside because it is winter, or coming on winter. And I'm just going to place this around, and no, I'm not doing any kind of specific, you know, Diasol or Widdershins. I'm just placing it around. I am doing a sort of witchcrafty, I guess, in a way, magic. Um, but 1, 2, 3, that's 6. Okay, because you know I work in 3, so I have 6 leaves of sage. And then I also got my rosemary. I clipped some of it, which has gone crazy. But all I'm going to do is I'm going to pick off some of the rosemary little leaves, and then I'm just going to sprinkle that around as well. It smells divine, and but I didn't dress the candle with any herbs. I just used oil. Okay, put a few more on there. And what I'll do with this is the rosemary branch, anything that I haven't used, I'm just going to put back in the garden. I'm just going to lay it in there, and it will decompose and put nutrients right back into the earth. Okay. All right. So that's really all I'm doing to the candle. Now, I also have some stones. Red is, like I said, is the color that corresponds with the root chakra. So what I have here is a red jasper, and what you see, that black, is actually hematite, and I'm going to be talking about that in another video. All right, so what I'm going to do, I have 3 stones. I'm just going to actually, I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to put one down here to represent well, you'll see. And then I have this is la 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 la. What is this? Red Tiger's Iron. Sorry, Red Tiger's Iron. And again, it's Red Tiger's Eye, and it has iron, so it's got hematite in it. I believe that's what it is. And then this is Mahogany Jasper, and it has a very brown tone to it, so I liked it because it was earthy, and it also has that black in it, which I want to say is obsidian, but I'm not 100% sure. I didn't look that up. And but we're going to talk about those things in the next video. And then what I have here is, this is my Lumerian quartz, and I am going to use this as my generator, which means I'm going to put it at the top of my let me put these things down here. I'm going to put it at the top of my candle, and I think I'm going to move these back so they're not on the altar disturbing anything. Yeah, I think I will leave my piece of celestite. I'm going to move my oils. This is just a piece of mushroom, just because it represented earth as well. All right, so this is my generator, really bringing in that energy. And I've decided on the red jasper, I put it point down. So I'm bringing some in, remember, and I'm releasing some. So I liked that idea. And then all I'm going to do now is I'm going to light my candle. And as I light it, I'm going to visualize, and this is where your visualization is going to happen for the root chakra, for opening up that chakra. I've got my herbs that all represent the root chakra, the candle I've inscribed in the candle. It's been dressed with patchouli oil. I have my stones that represent the root chakra. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to light the candle. And normally I would do that with my working candle, but I didn't want to get that lit again and have to put it out. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sit here for a minute, and I will visualize. I'm going to close my eyes, and I'm going to visualize on what it is, the intentions that I put into it. and that is releasing, burning out, letting go of the energies that don't serve my root chakra. And then as it gets halfway down, that energy will be brought in to balance it, to align it, to make it healthy, and do exactly what it should be doing. All right, so then all I'm going to do is just close my eyes. And when it's done burning out, and of course, if I was not on camera, I might sit and meditate for a while. This burn time is anywhere from 45 minutes, well, for a half hour to an hour. It just depends on what it is that you're doing, if there's wind blowing or whatever. But I'm going to let this burn down until it goes out on its own. And then what I'm going to do is, depending on if the candle burns all the way down and out, if there's any wax left, I will dispose of it properly. I do believe it's paraffin, so most likely I will probably put it in our bonfire in the back and in the backyard. But the herbs and such, I'm going to put them back by the ancestor tree, or the oak tree, I'm sorry, by the oak tree, and once this is done. So I'm giving back to earth. That's what I'm going to do. So if you want to add a little bit of magic to your chakra aligning, here's one of the things that I do for the root chakra. Okay? All right. So I am going to end the video now, and I'm not sure if I mentioned this in the beginning of the video, but so this is going to be a series of 7 different videos, 1 video per chakra. And I think that's the best way for me to just give you a little bit of information about the chakra, and then to go into an activity that you can do to make it a little more powerful, maybe, as you're sitting and doing your meditation or whatever, to open up that. Now remember, don't just light this candle and walk away. You need to sit with it for a minute and visualize your root chakra coming into alignment, releasing the energies that isn't serving of the highest good, and then eventually when this gets down halfway, it will be bringing in the energies that do serve the highest good and aligning the chakra. All right, everybody, so I hope you liked that. I hope you got some information out of that, and I'm going to make the second video. It'll either be posted next week. If I feel like doing it tomorrow and I get an opportunity, I might post it tomorrow. But there will be a series of 7, so this might take a while. All right, guys, thanks. Have a great day. Bye.